Hey people, it's James. Normally I don't do this sort of stuff, but I don't have anyone else to talk to, so I'm going to talk to myself on camera. Well, I've been in the dumps today. I thought I might have found me an aid. I think I've talked about it on a previous video. And after that video, later on, she called me. Said, well, I got tied up and had to do this and that. So she wanted to come by and help me for a few minutes before she had to go back home. I was like, okay. Well, she come by, did a few things around the house, and left. Well, before she left, she said, sorry she couldn't come by, that if I call her in the morning, which would be this morning, she would come over and spend most of the day helping. It's like, okay, that works. And I don't know how to explain it, but just like previous times, I get up, I wait till 9 o'clock on the dot. I call her. Voicemail full. So, okay, I tried to call her again. Full voicemail. So I was like, okay, maybe she's still sleeping. She seemed pretty tired when she left and did all that. So I waited about a half hour. Tried to call her again. Rang a few times. Voicemail full. So I waited another half hour. So now it's right around 10 o'clock. Now I call her. It rings a few times. Voicemail full. Okay, I'll wait another 30 minutes. So 30 minutes comes around. I call her. No, the phone don't ring at all. Straight to voicemail. Okay, so I sent her a text telling her whenever she gets up to call me. Well, I waited around, well, I'd say all day. It's what, 8 o'clock now? Well, I went through a few manic bouts of depression, and it hasn't been fun. I ain't gonna get into all that, but anyway, so I send her a text. If you're interested in the job, call me. I need to find an aide soon. Well, surprise, surprise. I get a text back. I do. And I text back, we need to talk. And nothing. And that's been about 10 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago, something like that. So that just put me in, how you say, a depressed mood again. I've been trying for over a year to get an aide. My first aide, she worked for a couple months, but was constantly coming in. Well, let me start at the beginning. When she first started, she was trying to write her travel time off as work time, saying that she was coming in at 7 when she wasn't showing up till 8. Okay, no, you can't do that. That's a felony on my behalf because I am the boss. So it doesn't fall back on you. It falls back on me because I send the paper and I fax it in. So no, you cannot do that. Okay, she stopped doing that. Well, then she started coming in every day, griping and complaining about her boyfriend's doing this and her boyfriend's doing that, and this family member's doing this and this family member's doing that. And finally I got tired of it and told her, I don't want to hear about that stuff. I'm sorry you're going through all this, but I do not want to hear about it. I got enough problems of my own. I don't need to hear about yours. Well, she kept doing it over and over again. So I got a little bit snippy about it. I told her I didn't want to hear the crap, to say nicely. I'm trying to keep vulgarities out of the video, but well, evidently she got mad because she couldn't come and gripe and complain, and I would listen to everything. Your job is not for me to listen to you complain. Your job is to cook, to clean, and to do stuff that I need done. For example, which I've never got any aid to do, if I can't get my clothes on to help me dress, if I'm having problems getting to the commode, help me get to the commode. Stuff like that. I've never asked the aide to do any of that. But still, that's part of their job. Well, she was doing my laundry and all that, which I'm grateful for. She didn't have to. She could have took it right down to the laundromat on the apartment property. I would have paid for it, and it would have got done, and she could have did it while she was at work. She wanted to take it home and do it. Well, all of a sudden, one day, she didn't show up. I tried to call her, nothing. Next day, tried to call her, nothing. I tried to message her on Facebook, nothing. And then I get a call from the facilitator. Supposedly, I was sexually harassing her. What? I don't like talking about people's size. That woman had more chins than a Chinese phone book. No, thank you. If I was sexually harassing her, I'd be getting her to wash my, you know. No, I wasn't. I'd be making her change my clothes and do extra stuff in the process. No. Ooh. So that was the first one. Come to find out, she had stole a bunch of my towels, a bunch of my clothing, because I started going through inventory and everything and noticed, hey, I had 3 pair of these shorts. Now I only got 1. Okay. But that was the first aid. Then I wait for months and months and months to be able to get a company aid. One that don't go through a facilitator, is company based. Well, she come in and she worked maybe 3 weeks and was doing pretty decent. There too, I wasn't getting her to help change my clothes or help me wash any areas, do stuff like that. She kept coming in crying and crying. Oh, I got a fine I gotta pay off. I borrowed a friend's car, and if I don't get my van back on the road soon, I ain't gonna have a job because I ain't gonna be able to go to it. Well, I pulled on my sympathy strings, and I knew how hard it was to get an aid, so yeah, I'm gonna try to keep this aid. So, like an idiot I am, I let her borrow the money. Quite substantial amount of money. Well, all of a sudden, had the big snowstorm that come through here. Kept messaged me on Facebook. I can't make it in today. My car is snowed in. Okay, well, legitimate excuse. It is a snowstorm and all that. Next day, same thing. She actually made it into work one day after that. Well, she sit in here. She got a text message on her phone. Then all of a sudden, a call on her phone. Oh, I gotta go to the school and pick up my kid. Okay. So she goes to the school. No, wait. Well, I figured she's going to school, pick up the kid, take it home, coming back to work. Wait a little longer. So I messaged her on Facebook because I seen her posting stuff. Are you coming back to work? Oh no, I got the Department of Child Protective Services coming over at 12. They want to speak to me. Okay. Didn't see her the rest of the day. Well, we had a light snow after that. Well, oh, I'm snowed in. Okay. Day after that, all the wind blew and pushed big snowdrift in my driveway. I can't make it out now. I had it cleaned off, but the wind messed me up. Okay. Well, the office started sending another aide. Well, she come in, sit down on the couch, pulled out her little phones, and then and I'd ask her to do something. She'd give me like one of them little smug looks, like, really, I gotta do something? And she would get up and do it, sit back down on the couch. Okay. Thought part of your job was social. Okay. But I didn't call the office on her. She was getting the necessities done. There again, I wasn't asking her to wash any part of me. I wasn't getting her to help me change clothes or help me to the bathroom. Anything. She goes back to the office. He makes me feel uncomfortable. Probably heard that in my last video, but... Okay, so they send another one. Same thing. Then they sent another one. She worked out great. But she could only work Wednesdays. And when I called the office, tell them, you can send that aide over anytime you want to. I never seen her again. And then they started sending aides. The office woman was telling me, okay, this aide will be here from 9 to 2. Then the aide would come in. Oh, the office told me I was leaving at 11. Okay, they never told me anything. Then the next day they sent in. She was here an hour. Office calls. Oh, I need you to go here. I'm supposed to be getting 25 hours a week. That week, I got 7 hours. All week. And then all of a sudden, they didn't have anyone. And then the office starts calling me. You need to quit making our aides feel uncomfortable. Y'all probably heard this in the last one, but uncomfortable how? Is being nice uncomfortable? I've never said anything rude, disrespectful, or offensive to any of these aides. I've never even made them do the parts of their job that even had a possibility of making them feel uncomfortable. It's ridiculous. But that's enough about that company, because the office woman called back and said, well, I talked to the main headquarters and they told me to let you go. Okay. That was the end of that one. So I start looking for someone private, because these companies, I'm sorry, they're getting paid $10 an hour from the state through Medicaid, but they're only paying the workers $7 1/4, $8, $9, $2.50 an hour for the company to sit at their desk and do nothing? Okay, but anyway, so I put a post on Craigslist. Yeah, I know, bad place to look for anything, but I'm running out of options. And I got a message from a girl. She just moved here, and, well, heard it in my last video, but really nice girl. She'd do anything I needed to be done, but yet, well, now she stood me up 4 times to come over and help me. And I was paying her out of my pocket. I don't have enough money to pay for my aid service out of my own pocket. My rent's a little over $400 a month. Let's see, you add electric and internet. There's 125, 150 more. So there's 550 out of a $740 check. They don't leave much for aid services if you're paying $10 an hour. But I would love for this girl to take the job, because she did a good job when she was here. But she's not dependable. So I don't know what to do now. I don't know anyone that could take the job. And even if I find someone, social service hadn't called me back in 3 days now to even find out to get a list of the facilitators. Because the last facilitator I had with my first aid, she won't accept me because supposedly, put those up there, I sexually harassed her. Okay. Ooh. If I was going to sexually harass someone, I'd catch one of these little Korean girls in the little spandex and I'd harass them, but ask my neighbor. I haven't never said anything to any of them. I don't even look at them. Most of the time, my shades are down. A few hours in the morning, they go up. That's just to let the sun in. But after that, they're down. I don't want people staring in here. If I ain't getting sunlight, I don't want it up. And it's ridiculous. But anyway, here we go on almost 22 minutes, and you're probably getting tired of listening to me gripe and raise Cain. So I'm going to sit here and rot. I can't get help from the government. They won't even answer my messages. Government, I mean social services, which is part of the government. I don't know. I think it goes all back to saying, well, the Republicans saying, medical. If you ain't got money, hurry up and die quicker. I hate what this country's turned into. Yeah, I blame a lot of it on the country. And a lot of it on the people in the country because what the country has turned them into. Everybody's selfish little spoilt brats. Everything's about money. I've been living off of less than $9,000 a month. Well, not a month. $9,000 a year. Let's see. About 13 years. Well, I think I finally got my disability in 2005. I got to the point where I don't care about money. As long as I get my necessities, food, shelter. But the only thing that's not a necessity is the internet. And if it wasn't for the internet, I would have went crazy and killed myself years ago. But anyway, I had to get rid of my dog today. Can't take care of it anymore. I've got my new apartment, if I make it that long. Medical's getting so bad to where I seem pretty decent right here. Of course, you can't see my legs. If I try to move, my back and legs go into spasms. Thank you, Pharmaceutical America. But the only thing I can really say is next time you see someone disabled, picture their life. And don't take what you have for granted. Because once it's gone, you're going to have to live my life. And you don't want that. Well, thanks for the people that watched. Of course, I don't think there's many of them that do. But y'all take her easy. Later on.